Thank you, Congressman Collins. Appreciate you raising this issue and bringing it to the House floor. It is one of a growing concern internationally that we have seen organizations like Boko Haram and others who have done great damage to those, really to the least of these. Our nation was founded on the right to believe and to live according to one's beliefs. And our commitment to allow people to live out their religious values without fear of discrimination is really the cornerstone that developed our country into a force for freedom. But this liberty isn't just an American right. It should be a foundational element for all people groups. Who would have ever thought that we'd be in a position to reference the United Nations, but this right is so universal that it was included as Article 18 of the UN's Universal Declaration of Human Rights. Article 18 recognizes that the right of all people to freedom of thought, conscience, and religion. This right includes freedom to change his religion or belief, and freedom to manifest his belief in teaching, practice, worship, and observance. However, members of the very institution that is supposed to subscribe to this declaration proactively seek out and punish individuals and groups for their very own religious beliefs. In violation of international law and his inherent human rights, Iran is currently imprisoning a gentleman by the name of Saeed Abedini for the mere fact of being a Christian, a man who was working with children who had little hope, if any. I've communicated on multiple occasions with his wife, Ahmed, whose children have pleaded and begged this administration in Iran to be able to release. In fact, in 2012, the history during a visit to Tehran to meet with his family to talk about helping out with orphanages and building board members, the Iranian Revolutionary Guard arrested Saeed for his Christian faith. Without any due process, Saeed was summarily given a sentence of 8 years. And throughout Saeed's imprisonment, he has spent weeks in solitary confinement. The prison guards have allowed other prisoners to come and beat him. He is denied medical treatment for infections that resulted from beatings because he is labeled an infidel. I am more than proud that this House unanimously passed Resolution 233 that demands the immediate release of Pastor Saeed, along with former U.S. Marine Amir Hekmati and Washington Post journalist Jason Rezaian. But we need to do more. We need to return Pastor Saeed to his home family now. As I was thinking about this whole process and speaking about it, I actually thought back to the original Mayflower Compact. So I looked it up, and the words, it's amazing, still ring true, Mr. Speaker. Allow me to remind us just for a moment of those words. And it read this. It said, "The name of God, amen. We whose names are underwritten, the loyal subjects of our dread sovereign Lord King James, by the grace of God of Great Britain, France, and Ireland, King, defender of the faith. Having undertaken, for the glory of God and advancements of the Christian faith, in honor of our King and country, a voyage to plant the first colony in the northern parts of Virginia, do by these presents solemnly and mutually in the presence of God and one another, covenant and combine ourselves together into a civil body politic for our better ordering and preservation and furtherance of the ends aforesaid, and by virtue hereof to enact, constitute, and frame such just and equal laws, ordinance, acts, constitutions, and offices from time to time, as shall be thought most meet and convenient for the general good of the colony, unto which we promise all due submission and obedience. In witness thereof, we have hereunto subscribed our names at Cape Cod, the 11th of November, in the year of the reign of our sovereign Lord King James of England, France, and Ireland, the 18th, and of Scotland, the 54th, 1620. Ronald Reagan, in closing, said it best. He said, "The most essential element of our defense of freedom is our insistence on speaking out for the cause of religious liberty." That is what we are here today, and I hope and am proud to stand with Representative Collins in continuing to stand for those who cannot stand for themselves. With that, I yield back.